for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.
Hey Thrifties, welcome back to the Get Thrifty Podcast, brought to you by ARC Thrift Stores. ARC Thrift Stores is a nonprofit thrift store chain, and I am your host, Maggie Scivicque, and we are all about sharing everything that has to do with shopping secondhand. So if you're part of our unique thrift culture, please contact us. We would love to promote your business and your social channels and share your stories and advice with our listeners. As always, you can find ARC on Instagram and YouTube at ARC Thrift. Send us a DM and let's chat. You guys know I love a local guest, and today's guest is Erica. Erica Young is a Colorado-based vintage and antique home decor reseller and the founder of Piccadilly Vintage. A mom of three, she developed a passion for thrifting early on, discovering she had a natural eye for quality and a knack for spotting pieces worth far more than their price tag. In 2022, she began turning that instinct into business, growing from a few online listings to a full-blown eBay store, vintage markets, an antique booth, a reselling channel, and most recently, an exciting new offering that she just launched and we will get into. Today, reselling has become an important part of her family's livelihood. Erica loves helping others discover the beauty and value of old things and believes many people are closer than they think to building something meaningful of their own. Erica, we're so excited to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been listening to this podcast a while, so this is very exciting.
Oh, that makes my day. I love that. And now I'm like obsessed with your content too. You have this great voice. Someone is going to tell you you need to do a podcast.
I've gotten that before several times. Yeah.
It's just so detailed, meticulous, calming. Like, this is going to be great. I'm very excited.
Oh, thanks.
So before anyone starts screaming at their radio in the car going, how do I find her on Instagram? Share your socials and all the places people find you and give you all the love.
Sure. My biggest account right now is Instagram, and you can find me at Piccadilly _vintage_, and that's 2 C's and 2 L's in Piccadilly.
Perfect. I definitely want to know about the name, but before, you are a Coloradan. How'd you find Secondhand? What brought you to this place?
Yeah. As I was preparing for this, it's fun to like look back and think, okay, how the heck did I get here? And I think it was always in me a love of beautiful things. When I was a kid, I remember being excited when my parents would bring home a new set of furniture. I'd be like giddy about it, want to sit on it, look at it, see how it vibed in the room. When they would bring home I remember specifically this wall clock that I was mesmerized by and really interested in. And I was like 9. So, I mean, the signs were there for sure. There's some foreshadow. And of course, I enjoyed my own room and decorating it just so with all my stuffed animals all in a row. And my pictures hung, and I got to go to the mall with my mom and pick out my own bedspread. And I remember getting a down-filled one. Felt so luxurious. And I really think that hasn't really stopped. I kind of like the more luxury, high-end things. My poor husband, but the good thing is I'm into thrifting, so I can find these things pretty cheap. But
let's talk about that. You're really a home decor person. I mean, this is where you specialize. How'd you fall in love with the old stuff though? Because you have an eye for this vintage.
Yeah. I think that cultures and history have always been intriguing to me. In high school, I took art history class, and something just woke up in me, right? Because I didn't grow up around antique stores. I didn't go. My parents, they had great taste, but they were never buying lots of old stuff, right? But I remember just how I felt as we would talk about these paintings or these sculptures in my class, and the stories behind them and the meaning. And then I was able to travel with a choir right after high school to Europe for 2 weeks. Went to 6 countries in 14 days.
Oh, wow.
It was a whirlwind of a trip, but when I was able to see some things that I'd studied, that really like confirmed to me this is my thing. I love this. This is what I want to pursue. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think, oh, I'm going to be a vintage and antique reseller, but I did know that this was planted in me, and just a new passion kind of arose. I remember going to the British Museum and staring at a Van Gogh cypress trees, a real Van Gogh, and just it bringing me to tears.
Oh, wow.
I felt moved by it. And I think that's what I see when I find these beautiful things in a thrift store. I don't just see, wood or brass or other materials. I feel energy from the person that created it, I suppose.
Yeah.
And, I'm a yoga instructor, that woo-woo, like kind of energy stuff. That's just a part of who I am. But I really believe that these items carry energy. And when you bring them into your home, they can help tell the story you're wanting to tell. So I think that's really what draws me to it, is the culture, the artistry, the story behind it. It's just all very exciting to me.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm really like down the rabbit hole on TikTok of these psychics who go into thrift stores and they're like, can I bring it home or can I not? Is it haunted or have you seen these? I mean, I could not agree more. There is something happening. There is some kind of energy that stays on these things that, I always keep my spray sage in my office because people bring me stuff for the gala or, for me or for, someone I might know. And I'm like scared a little bit, I want to make sure that there's only good vibes coming in. So I feel you. Sorry, we got off track there, but so tell me, how did this become a business? Because now this, although it's still a passion project and, in your content, you can really see how much you love doing what you're doing, which is so contagious. But what made you decide that this could be, a viable business stream for your family?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was just getting into thrifting, which was right out of college, that's when I kind of discovered, okay, I was out and I was thrifting clothes mostly, but I inevitably would stumble upon something cool in the home decor, aisles, and bring it home, research it, and realize, oh man, this is worth something.
Mhm.
And it would happen again and again and again, and I couldn't ignore that. Oh, maybe that like little like tickle of an idea. Maybe I could sell this stuff someday.
Sure.
But I struggled with infertility. Then I got pregnant. As I was kind of realizing this about myself, and then I was just full mom mode. I had twins, right?
Oh, wow.
I had a son with some health challenges as well. So I was just deep in that life
Wow.
for a while. And then when my kids were about 5 and I had my third child, when you're late at night, feeding the baby, what else do? You just watch shows. Okay. And
100%.
I had started watching YouTube because I realized I could cater my interests to what I watch, instead of scrolling and scrolling, trying to find a show I like. So I remember I searched thrifting or something, and Laura Caldwell came up.
Oh, she's a
One of her
queen.
videos.
Yes.
She's been on your podcast, I
Mhm.
know. So it's pretty surreal that I'm on a platform she's spoken on, because
Oh my gosh, she's
so adorable.
iconic in our industry for sure. Love it.
Yeah. And I lived in Oregon. I was only an hour from her.
Oh, wow.
So that was intriguing as well. So I would watch what she would pick up, what she would choose to leave behind. And I
Mhm.
started taking these mental notes. Just all subconscious, really, like, okay, I just kept learning and learning and learning. And I just couldn't stop watching her videos at night when I would feed the baby. And it was at a time when, the economy is still a little rocky, but it was just a good time for a little extra income for me and my family. And so I thought, well, I can just strap the baby to me while my kids are in kindergarten. I can just go out and see what I can find. Right?
Yeah.
And I started just picking up things I thought were cool. I didn't even know if they would sell. All right. And then I would price it up on Marketplace, maybe, 100%. So like if I got something for $3, I'd sell it for 6 or, just really, really, I didn't want to feel like I was, I didn't feel like too risky about it. And so as I started listing, things started selling until the point where within a few months, I had made $1,000 that month, like 1 month. And I realized just how valuable this reselling could be in regards to income for my family. And I didn't have to clock in. I could bring my kids with me.
Ah,
I could just work from home. It just fit my lifestyle so well.
so Marketplace was the gateway. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's so few barriers to entry with Marketplace. It
Sure.
didn't feel scary. Um, and then as I continued, I realized and found more niche items, maybe more collectible or rare.
Hmm.
I needed to up my game a little, and that's when I started my eBay account to get these things in front of collectors.
Sure.
Um, the first One of the first things I listed on eBay was a Splash Mountain frame with all the Splash Mountain characters, and it was made of resin and chunky. And I bought it for $5, Disneyland Splash Mountain. If you're
Yeah.
familiar.
Collectible.
Yeah, and they had just announced that Splash Mountain would be closing, and they
Oh,
were
that's
going
right.
to,
For that big reno. Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
And so I looked at the comps, and they were like $100+ for this one frame, and I was shocked and excited because I sold it in a matter of hours, and that kind of just lit the fire under me to keep going too.
it really is. Once you get a couple and you're like, wow, this actually works, it does kind of give you the bug. Let's talk about sourcing because you are a Northern Colorado girly, which I love. That's real, for people who are not from here, Northern Colorado has really the best donations in our state. I don't know what it is. Goodwill will tell you the same thing. Our thrift stores, our Fort Collins store gets the best donations. Yes, it's a college town, but like even Greeley and Loveland and Longmont, you shop that whole northern region. I love it that you love ARC. I was saying before we started that, my team is already stalking you to be one of our influencers. So fingers crossed. Can't wait to see your content. But like, who else are you seeing up there that's doing a really great job with secondhand, whether it's a mom and pop or a big box? What's happening up there in Norco?
Yeah. So I travel as north as Thornton and as south as Thornton and as north as Cheyenne.
Oh, Wyoming.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually find some amazing things in Cheyenne. I'm not
Interesting.
going to gatekeep that. Okay. You're welcome.
Worth the drive, guys. Worth the drive. Go get your fireworks and stop by. Is it antique malls? What do they got going in Cheyenne?
It's like the two Goodwills there, but
Wow.
they're not as organized. There's a lot of digging, but that's when you
Interesting.
find the good stuff, right?
Mm.
Um, I feel like the prices are very reasonable. And no, I found a ton of sterling in Cheyenne as well.
Interesting.
It's maybe just there's a lot of Native American kind of vibe there. Lots of cowboys. I don't know. There's lots of sterling that I
Mhm.
found. I found an entire set of 29 pieces of sterling silverware.
Oh,
In fact,
wow.
that I paid $30 for, traded in for 500. So that
Okay.
was a great score there. But no, like I love that. I didn't realize that Northern Colorado was such a gem comparatively. I mean, I knew that I found incredible things,
Mhm.
but I didn't realize I feel so lucky. Um, but maybe it's just because the people up here, they've been here a while,
Mhm.
and, and then, they pass away or they declutter or downsize, and then they donate all this great vintage.
Mhm.
But I've noticed it too. Yeah, especially mid-century modern. Lots
Yeah.
of the mid-century modern.
Interesting. And that cowboy vibe is huge up there. Yeah. Our Fort Collins store does this crazy thing. They have these cones out every once in a while. I'll share it on social media. Cones out just to, indicate which direction to go to donate. And we put artificial flowers inside those cones and people will buy them from there. It's so bizarre. It's become this tradition. whatever manager goes there gets like a full rundown of how to handle the donors in Fort Collins. They build trailers at that store. It's one of our only building trailer stores. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is just such a vibe. I also noticed you were in our Greeley store recently. You
Oh
know that
yes.
store?
I I stinking love the Greeley art.
It's
It's
such a
so good.
gem.
Uh,
Nobody thinks it's worth the drive, but it is.
Dude, it totally is. I don't know if there's a very affluent community in Greeley
Kind
that
of
is
hidden.
donating,
Mhm.
but I find designers. I
Interesting.
find lots of original art, um, just amazing vintage gems there, and it's not picked over. It's really not.
Wow. Yeah.
I think a lot of the resellers that go there are going for the clothes, and
Mhm.
so I always leave with something good when I
Yeah.
go.
They're not looking for that bric-a-brac. And I guess that's a good question too. Kind of describe your vibe for somebody maybe new to your channel. When you're into certain kinds of vintage pieces, mid-century modern being one of them, what else are you looking for when you hit one of these stores in terms of like the bric-a-brac that you really find resells well?
Yeah. Well, I have recently kind of niched down a little more because
Mm,
I do have an interest, a broad interest in lots of stuff. But I realized that the things I'm most drawn to um, have classic lines, are hand painted,
mm,
things made of natural materials like stone and wood. Um, I love beautiful porcelain and ceramics that aren't too cheesy. I'm not a really big kitsch person. I know that's big and I love people that love kitsch, but I don't usually pick up much of that. Um, just kind of more timeless, elegant, something that would be compelling for lots of different styles to pick up,
mhm.
that would marry well with lots of different
Yeah.
styles.
Okay.
Because I mean, as a reseller, I am trying to you have a broad audience, right? Of
Mhm.
people that would buy my items. And I like to pick up things that I would enjoy in my own home too. Um, but however, I do buy things that I wouldn't personally buy, like the wood heart thing going
Mhm.
on right now. That is huge, especially with
Yeah.
the
Some
younger
of these
generation.
trends are just huge. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do pick up those because they sell super fast. Um, but yeah, I'd say, yeah, kind of more classic, traditional, natural, handmade items. I
Mhm.
don't only buy vintage. I love buying handmade items that are very artistic and yeah, that's really
So
special.
So you made the move to eBay, which was already a big jump, but now like I'm loving your content at these markets. This strawberry festival of St. Vrain, some of these pop-up things, your antique booth. Walk us through the transition. Because I think, many people that listen to this podcast are doing well on eBay. Summer's coming and they're like, do I need to do this? And my answer to that would be yes. What would you say? Like, what's your advice to people who are maybe going, maybe I need to do one of these markets? What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. Oh man, there are so many benefits to a market.
Mm,
You can obviously the money. If you want to make several grand in one weekend,
mm,
markets are great
it's
for that.
amazing.
If you want to get rid of stuff you've had a long time in a death pile, bring it all to the market.
Mhm,
Mark it down if you want. Um, I think also too, the people that you meet, that was a surprise for me. The
mhm.
friendships I've made from markets,
Oh, I love this.
that was really a surprise. But this community is so sweet. And people come up to you and are like, hey, I remember you from this market. How are you doing?
Mhm,
How are things going? We buy things from each other, right? Before the market opens, we go around and see and find the things that we're collecting, right? And then we purchase from each other. And that's really funny. You always usually sell something before the market officially opens.
mhm,
Um, but also it's just a great time to like feel like a part of the community. You're contributing. You get to see a lot of people come out and enjoy themselves. I think market vibes are really exciting. Um, you're just running on adrenaline on all weekend, and then by Monday you're just passed out, but like so happy. Um, I don't know. I feel like the reason I didn't do markets sooner is because I had the fear that maybe I wasn't ready, or maybe
Mhm.
I didn't have good enough stuff. But you just gotta talk yourself into stuff sometimes instead of out of it, and just give it
Oh,
a try.
I like that. Talk yourself into it, not out of it.
Yeah, because it's been a really positive thing for me, and I'm glad that I just pushed through the fear and decided to do it anyway. And I
Yeah.
kind of went big for my first market. I did vintage market days for my first market.
And the work to set up, like I loved that before and after. And I think that was the Strawberry Festival one, but there's a lot of work that goes into building these booths. You created a brick and mortar store in a day,
Yeah, right.
a
Yeah.
morning.
So, it helps if you have a knack for vignettes. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie. If
Merchandising,
you've done
yes.
it over and over again, it goes faster and faster each time I'm learning.
Mhm.
My first market, I used every second of every hour that they let me to set up, but now I'm a little faster at it. But yeah, the strawberry market, oh man, it's such a good vibe. I love the that it is benefiting a society that helps preserve history and also teach about history.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a total proponent for that.
Interesting.
That's basically what we do as resellers of vintage and antique is we're preserving
Save
history.
history, yes.
Yeah, I really love that about it. The first days we were setting up, there was a bunch of sweet white-haired, you know, people cutting up strawberries for all of the strawberry shortcake they'd be selling the next day. I just really wholesome uh, and really laid back. I really
Yeah.
loved that. I think I'll do it again next year. It was my first time at the
Yeah.
strawberry.
Now, does your husband bring your kiddos to check this out? I've got to know. Are they walking around these markets?
Yes, they have before. Yes, and mommy can't talk long,
Yeah.
but yep, I give them a quick hug and they look around and they always leave with usually a treat. And I'm
Awesome.
happy that this will be part of their childhood memories. I
Mhm.
mean, inevitably, my daughter has been thrifting with me since she was 0. She is going to be a thrifter someday, like
Oh,
no
for
doubt.
sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, sweet
What do
memory.
you say about young people finding thrift? What are your thoughts? Now you're full blown Instagram influencer. What are you seeing? Like when you shop, when you source, what do you think happened that young people have discovered this world?
Mhm. I think that that's a good question. I think that this idea that you have to go to the mall or buy something new to look cool or be
Mhm.
cool, it's so out, right?
Love that.
Um, and in fact, I think that nowadays, especially with social media, you gotta do something to make yourself stand out.
Mhm.
And if you can wear something that you might never see again, whether it's jewelry or clothing, that'll make you stand out. But that's pretty cool. So I think the cool factor is there. I also think the sustainability of it is very
Mhm.
attractive. I love that protecting our planet is becoming much more talked about and important. And I think that young people, they just have this voice, for, justice and what's right. And like um, the sustainability factor of thrifting they can get behind. And um, I don't know, because of that, and they're going to like teach their kids that. I don't
Yeah.
really see this thrifting culture ever going away. I
Oh,
don't know.
I hope you're right. I
Yeah.
hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And now that you explained yourself as a yoga teacher, it makes perfect sense. I have this quote from you highlighted. I love your tip about positive expectations, believing that something good is waiting for you at the thrift store. Talk about that because that's just so awesome. It just gives me, such a good feeling.
Yeah. Just in the past, when people have said, "How do you find such good stuff?"
Mhm.
Whenever I go to the thrift store, I can never find anything good. And in my mind, I don't usually say this to them, but in my mind, I'm like, well, you're creating that, my friend,
Yeah.
because you've had that thought. But if you go in believing you're going to find something amazing, believing you're the luckiest person alive, that it's there, you just have to find it, you're going to look differently. You're going to be more thorough. You're going to have that positive expectation that it's there and that it's valuable
Mhm.
and that you're going to come out be a winner. So yeah, I really believe in a positive mindset. And that's come from personal growth. I really love self-help books. That's my favorite genre. So that's some author speaking, but I've lived it. I've lived both.
Mhm.
Okay. I used to be very proud of being um, a realist, okay, instead of a positive person, but that didn't get me too far. But as
Oh,
I,
interesting.
yeah, truly, but as I've kind of changed my mindset and just opened myself up to what good might come my way,
Mhm.
opportunities arise. I mean, like this podcast,
Yeah.
like my social media that's blown up. It's crazy. I've only been doing this 4 months. So,
Yeah.
and
And it
this,
really is a vibe, you know. I love your the quiet hauls that you do, the thrift haul where you're not even saying anything. It's just great music. And I'm going to show my thrift haul. It's so calming. Are people loving that? That's got to be one of your biggest engagement videos.
maybe that's why. Like, it's because I'm still shocked about it. I still don't really quite know why people are following me.
Nobody knows. It's so random.
But, perhaps that maybe people are just seeking a little bit of, I don't know, respite, a little bit of peace. And if I can add that to their day in a 30-second clip, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
Um, I do think maybe I'm a more nurturing person. And
Yeah.
if I can, be that for somebody, I'm happy to be.
Yep. And it really, I think it's a special niche for you. It really is. I love this. I have a little show note here that says, um, out finding something outside of motherhood for yourself, this creativity, this mental health outlet, something that you have a passion for. What would you say to moms that may be struggling in this right now? What's your best piece of advice for them?
Hmm. That thing that lights you up inside, that's not that's there for a reason, and you need to follow that. Doesn't have
Interesting.
to be vintage. Doesn't have to be any of that. Whatever lights you up inside, whether it's crafting or skiing or whatever, make time for that.
Mhm.
It's important. You will be a better mother because you have made room for what lights you up.
Mm, love it. What lights you up? I love it when I have lots of good quotes that I can like circle and star for teasers. So thank you for that.
So,
So you do have a special project you're working on. Tell us a little bit about this.
so are you talking about Pine and Co. or my basement?
Oh, you have two. Okay. I didn't know that. I was talking about this digital reseller kit for newbies, which
Oh,
I'm very excited about and people will love. But a
yeah.
basement project is always fun too. Are you redoing it? And is it going to be totally thrifted?
Right. Yeah. No, I am setting aside a lot of good vintage for my husband's office and my son's room, and some thrifted items for our movie room. But no, I would love to talk about the reseller digital product. So it will be launched by the time that this comes out. But
Perfect.
I so appreciated the people that have spoken into me, via social media, YouTubers that have, come before me essentially and paved the way. And I'd love to give back and pay it forward. So I'm creating a new to reselling digital product that's going to be really affordable because I want there to be very few barriers to entry. So
Mhm.
anybody can try it. And it's going to be chock full of my best tips and really good practical advice that I'm hoping can help you help the person that buys it get started a lot faster and be successful and make money a lot faster than I did.
Yeah.
Um, and it's gonna be worse the little bit of money, right?
And they'll be able to find it on Instagram. Really easy to, okay.
Yep, it's just gonna be in my bio. So
From a personal standpoint, what would you say has been the biggest challenge for you? Some people will come on this pod and say, I can't stand doing the pictures, or the social is hard for me, or the shipping or the packing. What's been the biggest challenge for you?
Hmm. Um, this one is maybe a little more niche, but as a mother of three, one with really high needs medically, I
Mhm.
don't have as much time to go sourcing as maybe I'd like.
Yeah.
I get to go maybe in between appointments, um, there's one day a week that sometimes I get to go for more than a few hours.
Mhm.
But this is part-time mostly because of my time constraints right now as a mother, which I honestly wouldn't trade. I'm being realistic, okay, about what I can do right now.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, in regards to, when all my kids are in school full time, that might change. And I might be able to do things or expand in a way that I haven't been able to yet. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for that day. But look at these people that travel to Europe and source and bring it back. And I'm like, good
So
on ya. I'm
cool.
gonna do that someday.
Yes, yes.
Not today.
And you know what? Don't wish away those young years. My son's going to be 17 this year, and it just goes so fast, when there's so many different seasons. So enjoy this one and the next one. Just it'll come when it's ready to come.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing is this mom thing. And I never would have thought that, I have these like favorite years. So I loved 4, I loved 12, 17 or 16 has been rough, let me tell you. But I'm excited for it too. They find their own way, and now I got to find my own way. So it'll come. Your time will come.
I
It's
appreciate
exciting.
that.
What about this story? This is starred. So I assume that Sunshine, shout out our girl Sunshine, our producer. She's absolutely amazing. She says in the Goodwill bins, you found pottery item and we're able to reunite. Tell us, we love a
Yeah.
reuniting an item with a person that didn't intend to donate. Let me tell you, number one question, besides what kind of detergent we use, spoiler alert, we don't use detergent. We don't wash the clothes.
Okay.
Number 2 is I accidentally donated my husband's XYZ and I need it back. So what is the story with this?
I don't even know how this got in the bins because it was a piece of pottery, and when I saw it, I knew it was special. It was very mid-century. It had almost like caveman drawings on it.
Oh, wow.
Glaze was really unique. Um, I dug it out of there and took it home and researched it and realized it was mm, um made in the 50s by a renowned couple.
Wow.
There's a lot of couple potters in the mid-century, like
Interesting.
couples that would do pottery together. This specific one, I don't remember their name, apologize, but basically rare, hard to find
Mhm.
pottery. Um, Not a lot of comps. Didn't really know what to price it, so I priced it what I thought was a reasonable amount on eBay. And probably a month later, I get this message in my inbox on eBay from the granddaughter of these potters.
You recognized it. Yeah.
She recognized it and she was so excited because she was able to purchase it and add it to her very small collection
Mm.
of things that she's been able to find um, from her grandparents. And that just really hit home to me that what we're doing, it's a lot more than just a flip. Okay. We're reconnecting. We
Yeah.
are connectors of items that are so much more meaningful than we realize sometimes. Um, Things that remind you of, someone in your ancestry line, or of a fun childhood memory, or in this case, a literal tangible item that was
Amazing.
created by their, loving grandparents. So I felt super good about that. And
Mhm.
I, kind of pat myself on the back and like, yeah, I'm doing a good thing here, being a reseller.
100%.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask you, this was a Goodwill bins find.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on the bins? We're always doing business cases trying to determine if we should do it. What are your thoughts? It's tough. It's a rough part of town.
It's not for everyone. No. And in fact, being a more sensitive person, I can only last there about 1 to 2 hours, and then I'm
Yeah, and
out of
you're
it.
not bringing your kids.
No, no. I totally respect the people that go there every day for hours and hours because they're just trying to provide for their families. But it is competitive. And there are unspoken rules that you must learn over time,
Interesting. Okay.
of like when to line up, when to start grabbing. Like, Even how you're moving down the line in the bins, it's got to be correct.
Interesting.
And so, it's worth it though, all of those things because of the stuff you find for so cheap. One of my very favorite oil paintings that hangs in my home is from the bins.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I mean, the stuff there, it's amazing, but no, you gotta thick skin. You do.
Yeah.
When you go there. And but I also know that the people that go there, they're high-fiving, they're sharing stories, they're saying, hey, look what I found. Like there's community there
There's a
as well.
community. Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. There is community. I have to ask though, because I haven't been in so long. How do they do oil paintings? Are they on racks or are you actually digging for those too? They have them
Literally
separate.
digging.
Oh,
No, just digging for stuff. And like
incredible.
sometimes they'll put a bunch of like items together. So
Mhm.
if I see a pile of frames, I'm heading that way because maybe
Sure.
there's some art in there. But no, you're just kind of hoping and praying that these things aren't ruined or chipped or
Interesting.
broken.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they are. Yeah, you leave things behind because of that. Um, but
Do
no,
you do any upcycling or restoration of any kind on anything? Is it ever worth it?
it is sometimes worth it. However, I am not one to invest a ton of time and energy into waiting for coats of paint to dry so I can do another thing. Or it's very minimal. I'm shining up brass. I'm adding some wood oil.
Mhm.
Very, very minimal little changes just because I don't have the patience, frankly. You would
Yeah.
think, oh, she must be really crafty. Hate crafts. Hate,
Not your vibe. Okay,
not
very
my
cool.
thing at all. DIY, not really my thing. Um,
Which is shocking because it looked like you had to do a lot of work at your booth to get that just right, the painting, the shiplap, all the things.
yeah, and to a point, I will have the patience to create a foundation that will let the items sing. But in
Gotcha.
regards to a
Mm,
specific stool, if maybe, yeah, I'll recover it if it's really easy and I can use a stapler, right? But like anything that takes more than 20 minutes, probably not my thing.
yeah.
But
You
that
know what? I
doesn't mean
love the honesty. Yeah.
but I appreciate artists so much and
Oh, yeah.
DIY so much.
How about your husband? Is he handy? Can he help you with any of this?
Out of necessity, he was wants to become, and now I think he enjoys it. I mean, he's done the majority of our basement renovation up to this point.
There you go. Okay.
He's been
Handy
such
husband is always a good thing to have.
yeah.
100%. Tell us about the sugar mill in Mead. I
Oh,
really, summer's coming up. People are going to be setting out to, do their big sourcing trips. Tell us about the sugar mill. I don't know about this, and I kind of got jazzed when I heard about it.
Sugar Mill is such a special place. The full name is Sugar Mill Antique and Vintage Depot. It's in Mead, Colorado, and it's only 30 minutes from me. It's not very far. It's right off the freeway. Um, so heading, south from me. And it is this big kind of barn-like building, white with black stars. It's hard to miss. You can
Mhm.
see it from the freeway. And it's such a special place. It's family owned. They actually started right at COVID.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm so stinking proud of them for what they have overcome
Yeah.
to stay open. But they're really flourishing right now. It's great foot traffic. People that head up towards Estes, they pass it, and so there's a lot of people from Denver that are coming up, and then there's a lot of people from Fort Collins coming down. It's just a great kind of middle place, but they have high standards for their vendors in regards to aesthetics. There's no plastic tables. There's
Oh,
no
wow.
pegboard that's not covered in wallpaper. It's very tasteful. And
Interesting.
so when you go in there, you sense that care that's been taken by each vendor, and it really adds to the experience. It's also not too big where it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
You can definitely see everything within an hour or two, depending
Mhm.
on what kind of shopper you are. Um, but I'm super proud to be a vendor there. when I walked through it, I knew immediately this is where I want to go. This is the place that I want, want to be a vendor at. And so I was super jazzed that they let me be a vendor there. It's been
And
good.
you don't have to be on site to sell something, right? They have registers. It's the whole vibe of a marketplace co-op kind of. That's excellent.
Correct. Yeah, they're open 7 days a week, and it's a family member that takes their turn every day of the week, and I
Wow.
trust them immensely. And it's just really good vibes and energy in there. I really like
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. We have something similar in Castle Rock, the barn, the Emporium. Those are, the same kind of thing. But, it's a challenging business. But gosh, they're busy from sun up to sundown every single day. It's a destination. I've got somebody coming in. They're going to stay in Estes Park. I'm going to let them know about this sugar mill in Mead. That just sounds like such a fun day, too.
Yes,
Is there
absolutely.
food? I have to ask. Is there food nearby? Because, I like to have like a fun beer or something and a lunch and then do my shopping.
Right. Well, there's not much in Mead, but it
Mead
is
is such a
near
small
Longmont.
town.
Yeah, it's pretty close to Longmont, and Longmont has
Yeah.
some great food.
Great barbecue in Longmont, folks. Join. And then
Yeah.
if you're on Main, just head down a little bit, a little north on Main Street is our ARC thrift store, and it's pretty big too. So hit them
Oh, yes,
both.
I've been there. Yes, that's a great one.
What
Yeah,
about, oh yeah, go ahead.
I did want to mention they're so good about their social media. So if you follow them on Instagram or
Mm.
Facebook, you're going to get all the updates on these special events. They do a ton of those special events of um, tea parties and
Oh, cute.
they
Oh, I think I saw that content where they were like
do.
washing thousands of teacups.
Yes, yes, and amazing. They have this incredibly long, huge miniature train that they build outside of the sugar mill at Christmas time
Oh,
that
cute.
all the kids need to see. It is so
Oh,
magical.
that's awesome.
They're just super good about creating opportunities for people to come together and have some fun. I
Yeah.
did want to put a plug in for that.
Yes. And Mead is a fantastic town. Actually, one of the gals who does the digital marketing for my ad agency is the cheer coach at Mead High School. So it all comes full circle. I love that about Colorado.
Yes,
Everyone's connected.
that's right.
Again, we digress. Okay. Unicorn item. Is there anything special that you found in the wild recently, something that you've sourced recently that you're like uber proud of?
Yeah, so I did recently find a pair of pottery owls
Mm.
that are so special. And like when you hold them, when you look at the detail, you can tell that they were made with great care and it was a masterful potter. And I kind of went down the rabbit hole with these, and they were made by Doug Ferguson of Pigeon Forge in Tennessee
Oh,
Pottery.
Dolly
And
Parton's neighborhood. Yes.
yes, so, beautiful surrounding mountain land, which have inspired the pottery and lots of sweet little critters, and but also some like practical serveware that came out of that for 50 years. It was a wonderful place that has made so much pottery.
Mhm.
And then they closed in 2000 after Doug passed away. But
Oh, wow.
the fact that I came across this at the Ark in Fort Collins
Oh,
actually
good. Yay.
uh, was so cool. And actually, I just sold them today. Um, so really, really special pottery. But I'd say like the best, well, in my mind, the most special thing I've ever, if I had time to share,
Yes, please.
I sourced a couple years ago here in northern Colorado at a Goodwill. Actually, it was in a grab bag. It was these handmade, um, hand carved German nativity pieces, and there was
Ooh.
13 pieces, and I could tell on the bottom it said Germany, and I knew, oh, well, that's nice, a German nativity set. I take it
Mhm.
home and as I research it, my heart starts pounding, and I realize that it is from a renowned artist, Lottie Sievers Hahn, who was one of the first female artists to gain attention and um, in Germany. And this is vintage, right? So like mid-century stuff. They still make them today, but each piece retails for $50 or more.
Oh,
And so I was able to post that $3 find for 475 on eBay. and I accepted a $4.25 plus shipping for that. And I remember taking that money and going to Costco and getting a bunch of groceries for my kids.
Yes, it's a win.
Proud that I was able to do. But
Sometimes it's just that purchase, that.
yeah.
And how cool is that? Now I have to ask, they say the most stolen item in a thrift store is the sweet baby Jesus from a nativity set. Was Jesus missing from yours?
Jesus was there,
Ah,
and wise men and
far
donkeys.
more valuable. That's amazing. That's such a fun stat. Someone told me that years ago, and it's so true. Anytime I see a nativity set, they have him taped within an inch of his life in this little, and I'm always like, "What?" And I'll ask the store, and they're like, "People will steal him."
I have no idea. Okay,
So
I'll be
silly.
sure to make sure baby Jesus is in my
Oh
next.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
One of my merchandising guys, he collects them, so he's like, he'll buy them from. I'm like, "You're wrecking the whole set." He's like, "I need to save them. I need to preserve them." Okay, whatever you want to do. He thinks it's
yeah.
hilarious, and it
Okay.
kind of is. So. What about the one thing you're looking to manifest? I love it that you're into the yoga of it all. What would you
Mhm.
like to put out in the universe? What are you looking to find the next time you're out and about?
Oh man. I've always wanted to find an opaline trinket box.
Ooh,
There's something about the translucency and colors of opaline that I'm just all about. But I've never found anything like that yet. Yet.
interesting.
Not the
Yet.
first one yet. But man, they're just so gorgeous. They look like, and like all together in the collection, they look like little candy. Like it's
Oh,
just, they're just precious.
okay. Well,
So,
you never know.
yep,
Stranger
universe,
things have happened. Yeah.
we can think about.
And the arc gods sometimes provide. So if it happens, please inform us. We like to know when it actually worked.
Oh, I will. I will.
So what's next for you? What's the big, summer goal or, goal for next year? Anything big that we should be on the watch out as we, follow you online?
Yeah. So outside of the digital product, which I'll be launching soon, I'd really like to start a YouTube channel so that I
Oh,
can invite people a little more in depth with me on my thrift outings.
oh, I love this. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to share little snippets here and there, but there's so much more I'd like to share. And
Mhm.
I feel like that'll give me a platform to really teach and maybe make a little more difference.
Yeah.
Um, it's a little intimidating, starting a YouTube channel. There's some things I'm going to learn. There'll be a steep learning curve, but
Mhm.
I think it'll be worth it. So I
Oh,
just do
yeah.
it.
And just to grow your community of people that are doing the same sort of things. I mean, what Laura Caldwell is doing, I mean, it's inspirational. So look forward to that. We'll watch out. Now, when you launch, please come back, give us a full update. We'd love to learn more.
Okay, yeah, I will.
And is there anybody right now that's really been inspiring you on social media that we have to be following? I like to ask that question because I feel like number one, it's great to shout out our community, but you know, where should we go next once we land on your page?
Right. Oh, so honestly, I've only really dabbled in social media up until about 4 months ago. So
Which is
I'm
amazing.
covering a lot of people. I love Andy from All Put Together. I feel
Mhm.
like she's so relatable and she's always teaching, and I love that about her. She's not a
She is.
gatekeeper. She even shares what she's making, which I respect so much.
Mhm.
So love her. Lydia from Old Modern Market.
Oh,
She is so good. She's an amazing Etsy seller. She picks up a lot of great things, often different from what I'm picking up, but I
mhm.
think that's great. It shows me, what else is selling. And she's a sweetheart. Um, Meg, Meg's Miscellaneous. She's
Oh,
local and she has a great eye. Yeah, Meg, she's a friend of mine. So she she's a really gifted reseller and she's at an antique booth as well. And so
love
really,
it.
really cool girl. Yeah, those are just a few that I would follow for sure.
Thank you. And I like it that you do a good job of tagging people that you're collaborating with. So your page is always a really good resource for finding others too. So bravo in that. And, I always like to say that with this podcast, we're devoted to normalizing shopping secondhand, but it's people like you who are living it out loud, on Instagram, sharing your story, sharing that you're a mom and that you're just like everyone else and that this is tangible. It's really an inspiration. So thank you for your service to our community. We're super grateful. Keep doing it.
Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure, and I'll keep doing it. I'm not going to stop. I love it.
I love it. And we will follow along. And on that note, we like to end the pod with a shout out to my personal hero, one Miss Dolly Parton. I love it that you already name drop Pigeon Forge, which has so many local artists and so much ceramic and pottery. I'm very excited. I'm going this summer, so I really want to dig into that. But anything you'd like to say to her about Dolly Parton?
Oh man, my family's benefited from Dolly Parton the past 4 years because we signed up my daughter when she was just born for Imagination Library, which is the coolest. They send you a free children's book every month until they're 5 years old.
Amazing.
So it's just sweet. Like we're creating memories. These children are, they're so, these years are really forming them, right?
Mhm.
And to be able to read with them, with my daughter, these books every single month she looks forward to has been really sweet. I actually looked it up and they've given away over 300 million books for free
Wow.
to children all around the world, not just
Yep.
in the US.
Mhm.
So absolutely respect that because I'm a child advocate myself. I want to protect children, help children. So I love that Dolly's doing that.
Oh, I love it that you're benefiting from that. A few years ago, they came to see my CEO to see how we could get involved, and we're working on some things. She's really touching every part of the world. She's like America's grandma. It's so amazing.
He's such a light. Oh, thank God for Dolly. Seriously.
Yes, yes. And hopefully next generations will still love her as much as we all do. So, you know,
I hope so.
yeah, it really is. It's a treasure. She's a treasure. You're a treasure. An absolute delight, Erica. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. Let our listeners know once again how they find you, follow you, and, buy from you on eBay or wherever you're selling up in Northern Colorado. Hopefully
Yeah.
someone walks into, the strawberry market and says, "What's up, girl? I heard you on the Get Thrifty podcast," and I'm going to jump for joy when that happens.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Piccadilly Vintage, on Facebook as my name, Erica Young. I show the same content there. Also at Sugar Mill Antique and Vintage Depot in Meade, Colorado. I'll be vending at the Pumpkin Pie Days, which is the same owners of Strawberry Market in the fall. So hopefully I'll see you there. Also, new great opportunity of a new boutique store opening up in Old Town Fort Collins called Pine and Co. They should be opening any day now, and I have the wall space there with a lot of handmade, curated, mid-century modern, artistic kind of stuff too.
That is amazing. You are everywhere. I'm shocked that you have the kind of time that you have. This is incredible. I've got to check out this place in Fort Collins. We're expanding our Fort Collins store.
Oh, do I? Yes, I've been
Are
very
people
interested in
talking?
that. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Super exciting.
You're a
Can't
delight,
wait.
Erica. Thank you for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Maggie. This was super fun.
And Thrifties, thanks so much for tuning in once again to the Get Thrifty podcast. Reminder, save our pod and leave us a 5-star review about how funny, creative, and smart we are. And if you're part of our unique thrift culture and you'd like to be on this podcast, we'd love to have you. You can find me on Instagram at Podcasts with Maggie. And as always, please follow ARC on Instagram and YouTube at ARC Thrift, and now on TikTok at ARC Thrift Stores. Thanks so much and have a wonderful week.
Hunt for it, find it, make it your own. It's the Get Thrifty Podcast.